Limestone deposits have partially formed this incredibly narrow passage. It's extremely difficult to pass through an opening this size, and the only solution was to pass the air tanks and all the equipment in front of the divers. A few dozen meters ahead, the divers can finally surface and breathe on their own again. The cave they've entered gives out onto the forest. From the shape of the stalactites clinging to the cave ceiling, the men can determine that the water level in this chamber was one time much higher, a further proof of the ocean's eternally changing level. The mere presence of these limestone sculptures proves there was little, if any, current in the water that at one time flooded the area. Water flowing with any force at all would have quickly eroded and destroyed the formations. At the other end of this large chamber, which resembles an underground swimming pool, lies the adventurers' next challenge. They turn from the light of day and make their way into a dry tunnel, lighting their path with torches. This mineral world is far from being unchangeable. Each drop of water is capable of either building or destroying, depending on its acidity. The torch's light causes the thousands of crystals covering the rocks to glitter like jewels. The men can tell by their shapes that these stalactites have never been submerged in water. To make their way around this organ pipe formation, the adventurers must carefully weave their way through the stalactites. They find another column, broken either by the shifting coral platform or by the shifting tectonic plates. This crevice in the ground proves that the surroundings here are always changing. As for this cylindrical object coming down from the ceiling, there's nothing mineral about it. It's a banyan tree root that's pierced the limestone ceiling in search of the water found below. It's been estimated that this type of vegetation can exert the equivalent of 9 atmospheric pressures on the rock. For centuries, natives used these resistant roots to descend into the natural springs found below. The adventurers cross few living things in these caves. This spider and this butterfly prove life can exist underground, though these two are here because there's a nearby opening to the outside. Here are some of the most incredible underground formations, known as the eccentrics, named for their apparent ability to defy the laws of gravity. Thanks to this unexpected fissure, the cavers once again return to the upper world. Noel, expert fisherman, chief, and living record of Kanak tradition, was right. The coastline cliffs with their numerous caves are like an enormous tomb. On the island of Lifu, ancestor worship is no longer celebrated as it once was, but the spirits are still present in the darkness of the caves and are best left in peace.